Well, Randy, I spoke to that detective earlier this morning. He said quite simply he chose not to use force because he didn't want to be accused of wrongfully shooting an unarmed civilian or using excessive force. Let's take it back to last Thursday when this detective was driving along and he saw somebody driving erratically on the interstate, decides to pull that person over and call for backup. He was on his way to go interview another witness for a separate robbery, so he was wanting to get on his way. Now, while that call was happening to backup, the suspect, according to police, 34-year-old Jannard Cunningham, gets out of the vehicle and becomes aggressive towards the officer. It's at this point the detective tells me that he chooses not to engage or follow policy of trying to get that man back into his car. It's that decision that nearly cost him his life. He says within seconds he was sucker punched. That suspect then takes the officer's service weapon and begins beating him over the head with it, causing a gash on his head that required between 15 and 17 staples to close. Adding insult to injury, making matters worse, people in the area saw what was happening and chose not to intervene. Instead, they took pictures and posted it on social media. And Randy, some of the comments are just plain out outrageous. One user offered the officer milk and cookies for his nap time. Another used a hashtag that we chose not to use here, simply derogatory towards police. The officer is at home recovering. He was released from the hospital, and that suspect was arrested just a few hours later. He's being charged with attempted murder. Randy?
So, Nick, let's get back to the fact that he hesitated. He admits he hesitated. What more is he telling you about this being a problem really across the country?
He says this is a theme going on right now across the country in local police departments where a lot of officers are beginning to second guess themselves simply because of the narrative currently going on in the United States of unarmed people being shot by police. He gave us a statement earlier today, did not want to go on camera for safety reasons, but he did tell us that a lot of officers are being too cautious because of what's going on in the media. I hesitated, he says, because I didn't want to be in the media like I am right now. He goes on to say about local police officers, we don't want to be in the media. It's hard times right now for us. I appreciate everyone's support. I have a concussion and I'm still heavily medicated. Right now I need to focus on healing and getting better. We spoke to the head of the police union there in Birmingham who took it a step further. He talked about this hesitation by local police officers. And then interestingly enough, he mentioned what this suspect said as to why he chose to beat the officer with his own service weapon.
He did hesitate, and that's what's happening across the country right now with the local level law enforcement. It's not that the officers are not trained, because they are. You know, we're well trained. It's just that the way that some media is covering and portraying the officers as criminals and the criminals as victims, we're hesitant and we're walking on eggshells to make sure we do everything the way that it should be. Not that it should ever be in question, but we want to be treated with respect or kindness just as if anyone else would be.